Track right now, the super late models. And John, a new track record set in this division. Jerry Mitchell did it here earlier during qualifying.
That's right, Kevin. We're out here with this new pavement. Of course, we were out here with the ARCA supercars when the pavement was really new. Had our troubles with the track in the flood. Got the track patch back up, Chuck, and things are looking real good. There are a lot of fast cars out here. Many classes setting
looking real good tonight. They did a good job of putting the track back together. It's real smooth. And obviously the track's working. These guys are setting new track records tonight. We got a bunch of good-looking late models pulling up here for our first feature tonight, which is a little bit late for us, but nonetheless, we'll probably see some good racing here.
They sure will. And John Chino will find you take us through our starting lineup here for the super late model feature.
Of course, as we said, Jerry Mitchell set the qualifying record here tonight, but we're going with inversions. So starting on the front row will be the number 19 machine of Carlton Smith. Beside him will be the number 3 of Bob Jacks. In the second row, Mike Carroll in the number 2 and Gene Ginn in the number 27. Row 3, number 6, Jerry Mitchell. Number 97, Rob Patrick beside him. And row 4, the 11D of Dick Dunleavy and 11F of Tim Felver. Row 5, the 63 of John Hellman. Randy Van Zandt in the number 5 lining up beside him. Row 6, the 5S of Gary Estes and number 14, Steve Peck. Row 7, Shane Johnson on the inside, and number 28, Mark Stump, taking up the last spot in the field.
Now, Chuck and John, when they had the dash for cash for these, the top 4 qualifiers, Dick Dunleavy and Jerry Mitchell were hooked up in an exciting battle. They were going fender to fender. They were banging sideways. Then they hooked up in the backstretch. And, folks, if you're familiar with the Shady Bowl configuration, about right dead smack in the middle in the backstretch is the Shady Bowl USA sign. When they hit that spot, whatever happened when they were going at each other, Dick Dunleavy's car died on him right at that point. He did not finish that race. Whether that'll play a part in this or if they had a chance to work on it, all remains to be seen. They're rolling.
The car's looking good right now, and he's pulled off here before the start. So Dick Dunleavy's driving a black number 11 car, and there's a white number 11 car out here tonight.
Tim Felver.
Driven by Tim Felder, and they're starting side by side. So the black one is Dick Dunleavy Jr., and the white one's Tim Felder, so keep that in mind.
And Dick Dunleavy Jr. is the points leader in this division here at Shady Bowl Speedway. So he's got some important driving to do if he wants to keep a hold of that position in the point standings.
Well, they're out there getting warmed up right now, getting some hot laps going. It's a very cool night out here. Rough in sweatshirts and white jackets. And of course, the track's really going to be cool. They have to get those tires warmed up, and that's what we're seeing right now with the hot laps.
The number 3 car out there, gentlemen, the black number 3 with the numbering the same style as Dale Earnhardt's Bob Jacks, a veteran driver, former ARCA supercar driver. He's raced here before at Shady Bowl Speedway, so he's no stranger to the fans up here in DeGrasse.
Many times, Bobby Jacks has run a lot of these local tracks, was probably late model champion and a few things here at Shady Bowl and Killcare. Went and ran the ARCA division for probably about 7, 8, 9 years and did real good in ARCA. Kind of retired from racing. Now they're getting lined up, so we're getting ready for green.
And we're also
one more lap to go.
And we're also going to see 2 drivers that we normally see in other classes, namely Mike Carroll, who races in the E-Mods. He's racing in super late models. And Gary Estes, who we see in the Sportsman division, he's also racing the late model race here.
Well, Carlton Smith has control of the field with Bobby Jacks beside him. They're out on the back stretch getting ready to take the green flag. They get on the gas way early. We'll see if Frank Brock will let this one go. He's got the green in hand, and there it is. And whoa, Bobby Jacks is way out in front right at the beginning.
I don't think that one's going to fly. Yeah, we got a yellow.
I didn't think they were going to let that one. They got out on the gas about halfway through the backstretch. They're supposed to wait till they get out of 3 going into 4 before they do that.
Also, Carlton Smith is the pole setter, so he's the one that's supposed to set the pace of the race, not the car on the outside. And Bobby Jackson already pulled him about 3 or 4 car lengths before we crossed the start-finish line for the green flag.
And the officials did give Bobby Jacks a little warning there, reminding him that Carlton Smith does have control. And, oh, we've got a situation here. There's a car down on the start-finish. The rest of the field is coming through, and they look up and see it. Boy, that could have been a real close one.
And there you see the workers there working on the number 5 machine of Randy Van Zandt. they were scrambling. What do I do? Do I stay or do I get out of the way? I tell you what, if it was me, I'd get out of the way.
Yeah, Randy Van Zandt had a hood pin come loose on him. One of the officials was trying to tie it down for him, and he wasn't watching the rest of the field. Another official had to come running up to warn him. But thank God the field saw it, and they slowed down as they were going through 4 and avoided what could have been a real nasty mishap.
And there you see the pole sitter, the number 19 machine of Carlton Smith coming around. And I imagine they're probably, they're just going to bunch him up. That's what the call was by the track official down there on the infield. Just going to get him into position, and hopefully we can get a start out of it this time around, John.
Oh, here goes Carlton Smith. He's on the gas on the backstretch. The field's going to bunch up behind him. They're nice and side by side through 4. Oh, Bobby Jacks sort of bumped a little bit out of turn 4, but we got the green flag. Looks like they're going to let this one go as Bobby Jacks takes the early lead.
Bobby Jacks got the lead there on the green flag. Carlton got a little bit loose there coming off of 4. Bobby Lee, the number 3 car. Gene Ginn looking the outside, gets a little bump there from Carlton Smith.
And we got a spin out.
Spin.
Rob Patrick spun out into the infield, had a little bit of help by John Hellman. Also involved in that is the 28 of Mark Stump. So 3 cars go at it. Hellman stays on the track, but stalled in the backstretch is Stump, and down into the infield is Rob Patrick. And there you see the number 97 of Patrick and the 28 of Stump. Yes, the yellow light, the yellow flag is out, and we're under caution.
It's been a while since these guys have been up here. They're real anxious to get underway. They like this new track, and we're seeing them come together. And Carlton Smith's been having his troubles here in these starts that we've been trying. He's getting sideways, getting a little loose, and bumping some of the other cars. He's now going to line up second. We'll see if he can hold on to the back end of Bobby Jacks.
Yeah, Bobby Jack's car is looking real strong, handling real good, and he's working that outside. And they throw the green flag. He just takes off and gone.
And it is a family. Yeah, it is a family affair out here at Shady Bowl Speedway. And yeah, fall football season. He's getting ready, right?
Yep.
But we still got a lot of auto racing to go yet. There you see the Mama Rosa's sponsored number 11 super late model of Dick Dunleavy Jr., who is pulled up down on the front straight. See some more of the crowd on hand. Fairly decent crowd for a Labor Day weekend too here at Shady Bowl Speedway. Chuck, Russell.
Plus, it's a little bit cool tonight. We've been used to this hot, humid weather, and you saw the folks with the blankets on and stuff. Quite a change from what we've been used to in the Summer Heat Series. It's kind of cooled down here, and I guess this would be the official start of fall or the end of summer.
The weather might cool down, but the action sure is heating up on the racetrack, though. And
these guys are really sticking tonight. The blacktop's good. They did a heck of a job of repairing this. These guys come out and set track records right off the bat. And cool night. The motors are running good. The cars are sticking.
I would say some fluids have been leaking out of Mark Stump's car. They're putting some drying substances down there in that area on the track.
And they're towing him off. So we should get back underway here pretty quickly.
So one car out of this feature event. Mark Stump's number 28. Currently on the racetrack, the number 3 of Bob Jacks is shown in first place. Carlton Smith in second, the 27 of Gene Ginn in third, and the number 2 of Mike Carroll in fourth position, and the number 6 of Jerry Mitchell in fifth position. And Mike Carroll, for not really having a lot of experience here in the super late model series, showing a pretty good run for it here early on.
Mike's pretty much a professional driver. He's been around a long time, so he can handle late models, E-Mod, sportsman cars. He's driven them all before, so there's no surprise that Mike Carroll's running up toward the front.
They're still a little bit slow as they're trying to clean off the area down coming out of turn 2 where we had that spin out. Back at the back of the pack is the 97 of Rob Patrick, who went down into the infield. And Dick Dunleavy's car is still down in the front straight, stalled out.
Yeah, I think he was just taking a little bit of rest there. He didn't want to drive around on the yellows and waste gas. So
you see a little fan not a bit harmed by the noise out here at all. He's just snoozing right away, isn't he?
My daughter, when she was a little girl, would come to the racetrack. She couldn't sleep at home, but she would sleep in a grandstand at the racetrack. Figure that one out. She was about 2 years old. So I guess it's all what you get used to.
Well, there's no sleeping out here on the track right now as we see the super late models out there getting together and getting the action going as we're trying to get these underway. Our last race of the Summer Heat Series.
It's been an exciting spring fever and summer heat series here at Motorsports Ohio. This is the last one, and we're glad that everyone has been able to join us. And thank you very much for tuning in and being a part of Motorsports Ohio from both here at Shady Bowl Speedway and Killcare Speedway in Xenia. Kevin O'Boyle along beside John Schindewolf and Chuck Russell bringing you the action tonight from Shady Bowl. And there you see the flagman in the stand, Frank Brock. Another gentleman down there. Yellow flag being waved by Frank.
As Bobby Jacks continues to lead the field around, he will be taking the green flag here soon, we hope.
I think that number 3 car is owned by the Herron brothers. Sam Herron probably usually would drive that car, and for some reason tonight they got the veteran Bobby Jackson there, and he's doing a good job for the guys.
Well, when he came out for qualifying and they were running high laps, I thought that it was Sam Herron that was driving it, but Bobby Jackson taking over the controls of it.
Bobby Jacks wanting to come out to the local track and get back into the grassroots racing where the real fun is. And we were talking about this earlier, gentlemen, on how the professional motorsports has gotten bigger and bigger. And of course, in those forms of racing such as NASCAR and Busch and so on, you're starting to get into the big money racing. If you come out here to Shady Bowl and such, and like we said, the grassroots racing, these guys are out here just for the fun of it.
That's right. There's not the big money here. There's just a lot of glory. So we're getting ready to go again. Frank Brock waves the green flag, and we're off.
Carlton Smith did a lot better on that restart. He's able to hang on to the back bumper of Bobby Jacks for a little bit. But look out, here comes the number 27 of Gene Ginn right beside him, working the outside line. And Mark Carroll starting to work on Carlton Smith now.
Gene Ginn gets around Carlton Smith. Now he's working on Bobby Jacks. He dives in the corner real hard there. Gets a good run at him coming off.
Oh, we've got a spin back in turn 3, gentlemen. The yellow flag will come out, and there you see the 97 of Rob Patrick. Turned around backwards, sitting in between turns 3 and 4.
He's doing more. I'm sorry, Jeff. He looks like he's doing more racing backwards than he is forwards tonight.
Rob Patrick having a kind of a tough night tonight. I didn't see what happened in that incident, but
we're taking another look at it too.
Rob Patrick was at the tail end of the field, and he's coming down off the backstretch. He looped it around on his own. Keep your eye at the top right-hand corner of the screen. We see the field coming through 3 and 4.
Oh, got up in the wall.
Made contact with the wall going into 3. All by his lonesome on that one.
Looks like he cut down. I was going to say, looked like he cut down a tire, but no, all the tires are up there. Got into the wall and got turned around, looks like to me.
Tore a little sheet metal off the rear of his car, but he's back underway, and he's going to join up with the field.
Speaking of sheet metal coming off the cars, Carlton Smith looks like he's got a little bit of fender wear or grinding on his right front tire. I noticed some sparks coming off of that direction when they were racing there, when Mike Carroll was trying to get around him. Let's see if that will be a problem as we get into this race.
Well, as we mentioned, Carlton Smith was having some troubles with the starts, getting a little loose and sideways in some areas and making contact with other cars, and he might have bent that sheet metal in and possibly even some suspension damage there. We should note also that These guys, the first time out here really since the track's been all redone again. They've got their old setups they were used to, and they've got to get used to all new setups with this racing surface the way it is.
That's going to be something that they're just going to have to work on over the coming weeks to get used to this new racing service, but I'll imagine it won't take them too long to get used to it.
About a week. Oh, we got one into the wall. Diamond Happy.
We are coming around through 3 and 4 for the green flag, and at the tail end of the field, we had 2 cars come together. There you see the 24 of Don Mahaffey up into the wall, and again, Rob Patrick involved with that one as he's down in the infield. So even though they had brought the green out, it's instant yellow. That was not a restart. We're going to have to gather the field back up again.
Patrick involved in it, and I imagine 3 spins and you're out, isn't it, gentlemen?
Well, I don't know.
Depends on what kind of mood the officials are in. We'll see what happens here tonight.
I don't know how they're going to count that one either, because
he spun to miss Mahaffey, so that one might not count.
Right.
Don Mahaffey doing a Roberto Guerrero move there as they're coming down for a restart, and all of a sudden he's up into the wall. Didn't look like there was any contact.
To this day, you're not going to let Roberto Guerrero live that one down, are you?
You're sitting on the pole of the Indy 500, on the pace lap, you end up into the wall. I tell you what, there's something wrong there.
Those are tough to live down. Now, poor old Roberto. Nobody remembers all the great moves he's made since he was a race car driver, all the great races he's ran, but they will always remember him right into the wall.
But I think Scott Goodyear is also up there in the infamous category of racing moves at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
That's why I say I picked Scott Goodyear. Matter of fact, had a little wager that Scott Goodyear would win the race. And then he goes and passes the pace car. Well, anybody that's been racing here at Shady Bowl longer than 2 weeks knows you don't pass the pace car. So,
Chuck, they don't have a pace car here.
That's true. But our Killcare, where they have a pace car out on the racetrack, that's the one thing they always tell you in the driver's meeting: do not pass the pace car. So.
Anyway, the yellow flag out. Let's see if we can get about 3 or 4 laps in before we go to another yellow, gentlemen.
These guys are out here for an extended race. It's supposed to be 25 laps. We may end up with 50 by the time we're done.
The yellows do not count.
Back to the normal format.
Yep. Not the format we ran the Dayton 100, where all the laps count till the last 5.
How about we go down through the top 5 as we go? Bobby Jackson in first place, the Gene Ginn car
27.
In second place, Carlton Smith in third, Mike Carroll in fourth, and Jerry Mitchell in 5th place. There you see the field coming down, going side to side, trying to warm up the tires once again. Should be about another lap before we get back to green flag racing.
Big difference since the last time we were here at Shady Bowl when we had the track temperatures upwards of 185 degrees. Tonight, nowhere near that amount, and the asphalt has had plenty of time to cure. Definitely no problems with lifting here tonight.
Not at all. The track's not breaking up. We're not getting any grooves or raised places in like we did in the ARCA race. So, and the track doing a real good job for these guys as far as being able to stick to the racetrack.
As the cars go by, you got a little sound of Bobby Jackson getting on the gas, trying out the tires for this restart, because he does have the number 27 Gene Ginn right behind him. They're on the gas. Gene trying to make his move early as they come out of 4 and take the green flag, and Gene gets one heck of a start there as he's going to jump into the lead. He gets around Bobby Jackson on the outside.
Gene Ginn took off like a rocket ship there when they threw the green flag, made the pass on Bobby Jackson. Well, they got it in turn 1. Mike Carroll way high, gets into the wall.
Look out, guys, get on the binders. Good job for all these gentlemen missing. A few cars down in the infield there.
how Carlton Smith avoided running into the side of Mike Carroll's car. That was an excellent piece of driving.
He must have Ray-Bestis brakes.
I was going to say, he's got some good brakes on that car.
And also avoiding that was Tim Felver. He was going for the rear end, and both of them missed him.
And John Hellman coming in behind Carlton Smith, just missing hitting Carlton.
He got down and got stopped right there behind Carlton. Doesn't look like any damage to any of those cars. Everybody's getting turned around and taken off again.
We're going to take another look at it.
Yeah, Mike's already way sideways by this time, right dead in front of Carlton Smith.
And watch Carlton look at that front end dive down as he's hard on the binders. All these cars getting on the brakes trying to avoid this one. We could have had some mishap down there in turn 1. Good
Jerry
job,
Mitchell
guys.
in the 6 was so hard on the brakes, so you see the sparks coming off of him back there.
Now, how fast? I'm sorry, Chuck. How fast are you going when you're coming down on a restart like that to get down to 0 real quick?
You're coming down this straightaway probably at a little bit excess of 100 miles an hour. So you got to get down and get stopped pretty quick. These cars have got some good brakes on them. They got real big rotors, real big calipers, a lot bigger than you would have on your street car. And they got to be working right. And obviously, everybody's brakes were working right there.
Now, of course, if we were watching some of the big leagues and we have got those nice, soft Goodyear slicks out here, you worry about flat spotting the tires, but how much do these gentlemen have to worry about with these Hoosiers?
I don't think that was a big concern. I didn't see anybody really locking them down where they were sliding the tires. That's where you get the flat spots. I think everybody just slowed down really quick and didn't lock up the tires. I didn't see anybody smoking the tire, so if they're not smoking them, you're not going to be getting flat spots on them. 100
down to 0 in a matter of, 80 feet?
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
And as a driver, you've got to be pulling an amazing amount of G-forces when you're slowing down like that.
Oh, yeah. And your foot's pressing harder as the closer you come to anything. So.
I imagine there's a few other things pressing a little harder, too. As
not really. It's when you first start driving a race car, you get out there and you're kind of scared about things like that. And after you've driven for a while, I don't even think your pulse raises. You just kind of expect it out there.
You mean to tell me your muscles wouldn't tighten up when you're seeing that in front of you and trying to brake?
Maybe a little bit, but like I say, until you see the hood fold up in front of your eyes, you know you're in pretty good shape.
Well, Mike Carroll having his car checked over right now by the track officials. Looks like he's going to be okay.
Yeah, he pulls off now.
So we'll try this one again. Gene Ginn up in the lead right now.
Gene Ginn's car looking good, looking real quick tonight. Boy, he put the move on Bobby Jacks there on that restart, and he was gone.
Mike Carroll was making a good move to get around Carlton Smith, but came out of 4, and he lost it there. Mike's going to have to take up the tail end of the field, and Carlton, with his troubles he's having, doing a good job to hang on to 3rd.
Yeah, Mike's going to have to run up. No, he's taking. Looks like he's taking the tail.
As they get on the gas, Gene Ginn coming out of 4, takes the green flag. Bobby Jacks really gets on the gas hard, gets it sideways, and whoa.
Bobby Jacks way down the inside, gets loose there in turn 1. Now they run up on Carlton Smith.
Whoa, and Dick Dunleavy Jr. sliding out of turn 3 into 4. Takes it down in the infield, and Mike Carroll spins around trying to avoid him.
Maybe we'll get 35 laps in, one at a time, in between all the caution flags.
We didn't even get a lap in that time.
Huh.
Dick Dunleavy doing a little dirt racing there as he got sideways and took it in the infield, dirting up the front of that car.
I was just listening to the track announcer there. We have 3 whole laps in, so that means we've got 32 to go in this 35-lap feature.
I'm sorry there, Chuck, but they're going to run a 25-lap feature tonight, so we only got 22 to go.
22.
We're going to take another look at it too, gentlemen.
Oh, gets a little help there. Gets into the side of the
6 car, Jerry Mitchell.
Yeah.
Gets sideways, locks him up, down into the grass and dirt there. I don't know how Mike Carroll got involved in that.
They maybe saved a little bit from that dash race earlier tonight when the 2 of them were hooked up into one like that.
So once again, back to the track we're under yellow. Gene Ginn in the lead, Bobby Jackson second, Carlton Smith in third, Jerry Mitchell in fourth. And let's see if they're going to allow Dick Dunleavy to take the fifth spot back again. The number 11 of Tim Felver, I believe we called that the 11J, kind of having a little discussion with Dick Dunleavy as to who gets the fifth spot.
Well, they should straighten that up when they come back around here in front of the tower again.
There we go. He lets Dick Dunleavy into position.
Well, they told us number 11 was going to be in that position. They didn't say which one, though.
Yeah. Now they're letting him go on, so that must be the way it's going to start.
Frank Brock gives him one to go to the green. And he has the green flag in hand. Let's watch Gene Ginn as he is now going to wait until turn 3 to get on the gas, and he does it. Bobby Jack's right behind him. Here's the green. We're back on the way. How many can we get in, guys? So far, so good, as we've got Carlton Smith trying to hang on to the third spot with Jerry Mitchell on the outside. Dick Dunleavy right into the rear bumper. We've got one whole lap in. Gene Ginn pulling out an outstanding lead.
Got Jerry Mitchell and Dick Dunleavy side by side there for fourth, fifth place. Now Dunleavy puts the move on him, takes over fourth.
Jerry Mitchell was trying to work the outside of Carlton Smith. Couldn't make it work. It allowed Dick Dunleavy to work down on the inside of him and get around him. And now here comes Jerry Mitchell back again.
Dunleavy gets a little bit loose there at 3 and 4, and Jerry Mitchell takes the position from him, takes over fourth spot. Dunleavy looks to the outside but can't make it work. Number 27 car, Gene Ginn, got about 4 or 5 car lengths over Bobby Jackson there in the second place. Carlton Smith, Jerry Mitchell, Dick Dunleavy. That's your first 4 cars right now. 5 cars.
Dick Dunleavy's all kinds of loose.
Here looking at Carlton Smith and Jerry Mitchell there. A little sparse coming off of Carlton's car. Looked like he bottomed out there a little bit coming off of 2 and loosened the car up a tad. He might be a little bit too low on the setup. We'll watch as that car goes around again through the turn. A little bit of sparse slide off, and he gets a little bit loose that time. So he could be dragging a frame rail or something. It's loosening him up a little bit. Jerry Mitchell looking to the inside there, trying to make the move on Carlton. Take over that third spot.
Jerry Mitchell was working on Carlton Smith earlier when we saw Dick Dunleavy get around him, and now he's back again. Carlton can feel the pressure back there.
Bobby Jack's trying to cut into Ginn's lead, cut it down to about 6 car lengths now. It was almost 10 car lengths.
Gene Ginn had done a good job pulling out a huge lead over Bobby Jacks. Who knows, maybe Ginn has decided to ease off a little bit.
Mitchell trying to find the line to get around Carlton Smith, but has not been able to do so. Smith pulling up on the rear bumper of Bobby Jacks.
Right now things are kind of stabilized. Got about a half a car length between our first 5 or 6 cars there. Nobody really challenging the 4 position.
And slowly, Bobby Jackson's pulling up closer to Gene Ginn. Bobby Jack's not really pulling out much on the third place runner, Carlton Smith. We thought maybe Bobby Jackson
real loose at times coming down the front straightaway. He's having a little bit of problems getting off the corners, and that gets Mitchell right up on his back bumper.
Looks like there's some smoke coming out of Dick Dunleavy's machine.
Looks like he's got a little tire rub there when he goes in the corner. Looks like the right front tire is rubbing the inside of the fender and causing that smoke.
Your top 7 or 8.
Second place, Gene Ginn. A little bit loose that time. Bobby Jacks now has caught up to him. Got it right on his back bumper.
It looks like maybe Gene Ginn has slowed down a little bit. He was starting to pull up on Don Mahaffey, getting ready to lap him. Now he's kind of leveled out there as Bobby Jacks is right on his rear bumper.
Bobby looked to the inside that time.
And we've got
we
a
got
yellow
a spinner.
And a yellow flag out as John Hellman spins in turn number 2. I was looking at flagman Frank Brock, and I was looking to see if maybe they were going to give him a halfway signal, and he pulled out the yellow, and then you said about the spin, so knew there had to been something there to cause that yellow flag. There you see John Hellman in the cockpit of his number 63 machine.
Looks like he's backing up, getting straightened up here. Doesn't look like any damage to the car, so he should be able to continue.
See some of the racing crowd here tonight. There's the 63 of John Hellman. We got quite a few racing laps in there under green flag conditions.
The top 7 or 8 cars staying right together in single file, bunched up. That restart, we saw Gene Ginn pull up a heck of a lead, but slowed up a little bit, allowed the rest of the pack to pull up on him. And again, the top 7 or 8 cars staying right in there at this point. It could be anybody's race.
It was an old-fashioned Talladega freight train coming through there.
Yeah, you have that on the short tracks too, and they get you up on the outside. That's not the place to be here in these short little race tracks. You're down the inside, and they can shove you up and go by you.
1 lap to go under yellow flag. We'll be back to green flag action. Ginn in first, in second, Jacks, Smith in third, Mitchell in fourth, Dunleavy Jr. in fifth. John Schindel, take us to the green flag again.
Gene Ginn trying to warm up the tires or keep them warm as he's swerving back and forth, but now the field's going to pull up tight behind him as they come across the stripe in turn 3. They get on the gas. Gene's going to try and pull out over Bobby Jacks, but Bobby Jacks doing a good job of hanging on to him as the green flag is out when we're back underway.
Gene Ginn pulled him again on the start, about 4 or 5 car lengths there.
He did that last time, but Bobby Jacks was able to slowly reel him in. Let's see if he can do it again. Carlton Smith still hanging on to 3rd place, and we've got the yellow flag out once again as Don Mahaffey has pulled up, stopped in turn 4.
Pulled out on the racetrack, and whoa, looks like he.
And the track of announcer saying there may have been some contact with the wall in the back stretch. Looks like that's a good possibility as we see some smoke coming out of the engine compartment as Don Mahaffey climbs on out.
Yeah, they're kind of tough to drive when you got the front wheels one pointing left and the other pointing right. So
his night's over with.
Yeah, he's broke something there in the front end, tie rod in or steering box or some problem up there.
And right down in that area, gentlemen, we're going to take another look at it too. When I get back to my point. There you see Hellman.
There's the 24 machine of Don Mahaffey. Seeing some sparks there coming off the number 5
a lot of sparks
Randy
coming
Van
out the 5 of Randy Van Zant. But by that time, Mahaffey's way up at the top of the racetrack. So I don't know if there's any contact between those two, but it looks like Mahaffey might have had a mechanical problem with the steering on that car because it was wrecked there earlier, and he came back down on the racetrack, and I think just something broke in the front end. He couldn't steer the car.
You saw a good look at that retaining wall down there, too. That is where the retaining wall during the floods let go. They've got temporary walls up there now. Sort of looks like highway construction on the Ohio highways with those concrete blocks in there like they have.
The only thing we're missing is the Ohio State symbol, and that would be, of course, the orange barrels.
And a couple of guys standing on shovels drinking coffee.
Yeah. Oh, now we're going to get letters from the highway workers when you said that. Now I can.
They're going to hook up Mahaffey's car to the back of the wrecker. His night is over with. Gene Ginn still in first place. In second place, Bob Jacks. Carlton Smith in third. Jerry Mitchell in fourth. And Dick Dunleavy Jr. out of New Carlisle in fifth place.
Oh, a lot of damage there.
He definitely hit the wall.
Yeah, I think most of that damage was done in the first incident. He came back down on the racetrack. They cut the front end off, and I think he had a steering problem after that. I really didn't see him get up and get into the wall there. He just kind of stopped there on the back stretch.
That crew's work's cut out for him to get it ready for the next race. Green flag in hand, and John Chindwolf back with the call.
There you see Gene Ginn. He's going to get on the gas, try and pull out away from Bobby Jacks. He makes up a lot of space there in turn 4 as we've got the green flag once again. That's where Gene Ginn really gets the power down coming out of 4.
Gene Ginn is really quick on these restarts. Carlton Smith off the gas, down on the inside, real slow. Everybody goes around. Carlton having some kind of mechanical problems there. Probably yeah, he's pulling up to go off the racetrack into the pits.
As Gene Ginn comes around to complete another lap in this 25-lap feature, Bobby Jacks right behind him. They pulled out quite a lead over Jerry Mitchell. Of course, Carlton Smith was in between them. But now Jerry Mitchell moves up into third.
Gene Ginn takes off like gangbusters on those restarts, but once they run a few laps, Bobby Jacks' car seems to come in. He starts running him down.
Well, watching Bobby Jackson that restart real close, it looks like he's got a heck of a lot of horsepower coming out of that engine. He's having trouble putting it down on the restart when he comes out of 4.
Yeah, when they get on the restart, get on the gas, Gene Ginn's car really takes off there. It looks like he's got a lot of horsepower on the hood. Car looks a little bit loose too coming off the corner, so he could be getting some tire spin.
And right now, Dick Dunleavy getting a lot of pressure from Felver right behind him. Felver sitting in 5th, trying to take over the 4th spot. That is your closest battle right now for position on the track. There you see Felver right behind Dunleavy.
That's for 4th and 5th place on the racetrack.
Dunleavy's car again, smoking that right front tire, rubbing the inside fender well.
Mitchell trying to look on the inside of Bob Jacks. There you see Dunleavy and Felver. There you see the top 3.
You see that pressure that Mitchell's starting to put on.
Oh, Dunleavy spins.
Dick Dunleavy turned around backwards and right in between turns 1 and 2. John Hellman involved and Mike Carroll involved with that one.
Everybody getting turned back around and getting going again there.
Gonna take another look at it too.
See if we can pinpoint what happened there. Oh, there we see Felver trying to work the inside of Dunleavy. They make contact going into turn 1, and that puts Dunleavy around.
Gets Dunleavy around. Hellman gets on the brakes, trying to avoid him. He spins.
And we should see Mike Carroll coming in back.
Mike Carroll, I can see the back of his car. He went out of the screen there. There's Dunleavy turned around and stopped. Now he's sitting stopped on the racetrack.
For as often as Dick Dunleavy has won here on the local short tracks tonight, he is having one rough night.
Well, at least they haven't tore up the car yet. He's still in pretty good shape, so we'll see what happens here.
And the car conk out on him in the dash race and spinning a little bit.
There you saw the other number 11, the 11J of Tim Felver. He pulls it up into the pits, so that contact with Dunleavy Jr. may have caused Felver some problems. And now you see up in your top of the screen there, Dunleavy trying to take his position back as we're going to get these ones lined back up, get back to the green flag.
Well, the attrition in this race has been phenomenal. We started with 14. We're down to 8. 6 have dropped out so far.
Dunleavy stopping and taking a look on the front stretch here. I don't know if he's having a problem or not.
Getting a good round of applause from the crowd. These people out here definitely like him. And we hear from the track announcer that 21 laps are in, so we should have 4 left to go to the checkered flag. Been slow getting there, but it's been some good action going on.
Always good action here at Shady Bowl, seems like. A little light on cars in this division, but they put on a good show.
We should be seeing a heck of an E-Mod race coming up later. A lot of cars out here for that one.
A lot of E-Mods, a lot of Pro Stocks tonight.
With 106 cars on hand, they've had to make an alternate pit area, not up on the hill, but down by the area where turn 1 goes into turn 2. There's some cars pitting down in that area.
Kind of filled up the pits tonight. There's going to be a lot of cars here, and there'll be more racing this weekend. So.
And there's definitely somebody taking a real pit stop.
Yeah.
We've got so many cars out
I feel
here.
about like him. I put the headset on, go down there and go to sleep for a while.
We've got so many cars out here for the E-Mod race that they couldn't qualify them all in the starting order, so they had to have a last chance qualifying race. But back to this one here, we've got Gene Ginn coming out of turn 4 to take the green flag. Bobby Jack doing the best he can to try and take Gene on that green. But Gene's able to pull it out over Bobby Jack. Jerry Mitchell sitting in third. Randy Van Zandt is going to take the fourth spot now.
4 laps to go.
These cars get sprung out.
Gene Ginn's car is really quick on those restarts. He pulls Bobby Jack about 3 or 4 car lengths there every time. But once they run a few laps under green, Bobby seems to run him back down there a little bit.
Hellman and Estes going at it for 4th place on the racetrack. And Hellman spins out.
John Hellman having problems once again as he spins going through turn 1. It's going to bring out the yellow flag one more time.
I don't think he had any help on that one. I think he did that all on his own.
Yeah, he looked like he got into turn 1 there a little bit hot, and the back end came out. The car just kind of went around.
Gonna take another look at it.
Yep, he's out of control before he got into turn 1. Car got a little loose going in. Car gets around, and everybody avoids John. There, he's backing up and turning around.
I tell you what, you hear about most valuable player awards for the people that do a lot of good action, like in baseball, hitting a lot of home runs, and football, scoring a lot of touchdowns. Well, I'll tell you what, they ought to give some MVP awards to these drivers out here tonight, not for finishing first or not for going fast, but for avoiding the other cars when they have been spin-outs.
Oh, yeah.
These have been some excellent driving here tonight.
Now, this is the top division. You got your best drivers out here, so they're getting ready to go again, John Chandua.
And right now, Gene Ginn is the top driver as he gets another good restart with Bobby Jack staying on his rear bumper. Jerry Mitchell able to keep a hold of those two. Mike Carroll sitting in 4th. Randy Van Zant's going to run out the top 5 as we're winding the lap down.
Jerry Mitchell right on the back bumper of Bobby Jack's now, so they go down the front stretch. Mitchell gets a run on him coming off of 2. Looks to the inside through 3 and 4. And we've got 1 lap to go. Mitchell the inside of Jack. As we come down the front straightaway, Bobby comes down the inside and shuts the door on him.
They come along the backstretch. Looks like Gene Ginn's going to take the checkered flag. Bobby Jack sitting there in 2nd. Jerry Mitchell's going to give him a run for 3rd, but no. Bobby Jack hangs on to 2nd. Jerry Mitchell 3rd. Mike Carroll in 4th, and Randy Van Zant's going to round out your top 5.
I think in the 5S car, that's Gary Estes. Randy Van Zant was in the 5 car.
Well, anyway, we'll get it all sorted out and come back and give you the top 5 when we return to Shady Bowl.
Hello, I'm Brian Young of Continental Cablevision of Ohio.
Hey Mom, I got like 20 minutes to learn everything about the solar system.
The solar system. What's the hurry?
Someone's coming over to work on a science project with me.
Oh, I see. Come on, come with me.
At Continental Cablevision, we're developing the technology that will provide you with instant access to a world of information.
You know, Saturn has 10 moons.
Really? How'd you get so smart, Jason?
I get it from my mom.
We go to the cases that we've shown on court TV and we pull out issues. It could be self-defense, it could be the function of the jury, it could be how a celebrity is handled. And by looking at a series of cases that we've shown on court TV over time, we really study in depth the phenomenon. What is it that our legal system is trying to do?
And welcome back to the Summer Heat Series in Shady Bowl Speedway in DeGraff, Ohio. And we'll take a look at the top 5 from that super late model feature. In first place, it was Gene Ginn. In second place, Bob Jacks. Jerry Mitchell took home third place. Mike Carroll was in fourth place. And Gary Estes took home fifth place. The unofficial results in the super late model feature. Kevin O'Boyle, John Schindewolf, and Chuck Russell with you. And we've got a slew of E-modified cars out here for their feature.
A lot of cars out here. As I mentioned earlier, we had so many cars out here for the E-mods that they had to run a last chance qualifying race for some of the slower qualifiers to fill the field. We had more cars out here than we could fit on the racetrack.
Yeah, they like to start 24 cars on these short tracks. They lock the first top 20 in through qualifying, and then the last 4 come from the last chance race. So this is going to be a good, exciting race. A lot of cars out here tonight, and oh, there's one a little sideways there, warming up the tires. That's Mike Carroll. Got out of the late model, came back, hopped in his E-mod car, now he's out on the racetrack.
And John Schindewolf, why don't you take us through the starting lineup for this E-modified feature?
Sitting on the pole is 7H of John Ranley with Jerry Stapleton in the number 3 right beside him. Row 2, 41 of John Wilson and Steve Poland in the number 8. Row 3, Kenny Rutherford in the number 9, Rick Lewis in the 40, the number 6 is Jerry Russell, and the 111 of Don Gare, your fast qualifier tonight, taking the outside. Row 5, the 51 of Jerry Winget and Tom Randolph in the 22 beside him. Row 6, number 11 John Baltes and Roger Winget in the 21. Row 7, the 17 of Jeremy Niswanger and the 71 of Sam Heckman. Row 8, 67F of Lee Raymond and Mike Carroll in the 2L. Row 9 will be Joe Hill out here for E-mods in the number 57. And Doug Garnigan in the number 23 beside him. Row 10, the 55 of Fred Poole and the 77Y of Scott Sullenberger.
And we've got 4 extra cars that starting this race tonight that moved up from that last chance race. They're hot lapping the E-modified cars out there right now, getting the engines and tires warmed up, and then they'll be set to go back to racing action. And you were mentioning the fact about Don Geyer. He was the last car to make a qualifying attempt. Before he made his qualifying attempt, the number 6 machine of Jerry Russell went out and set the new track record. Geyer had the previous track record before they paved the track. He set that back in July. Geyer goes out and he lowers it by 4/100ths of a second. That is how fast and how close those two were when they're out there in qualifying. He's back in the 10th spot, but I'll tell you what, he's going to be moving up in a hurry.
Well, now that we've got the cars lined up, we're able to give you those last 4, and it looks like it's going to be the 2R of Rusty Stroop. Can't quite make out that other number, as that's the 27 or the 17.
I believe that's the 67 of Carl Stapleton.
Oh, Carl jumping into an E-mod real quick.
Looks like we got 1 lap to go. Frank Brock giving them a white flag. With 1 more lap, and we'll go green here. A lot of good-looking E-mod cars in this race. Good-looking machines.
The number 5E of Skylar Hinkle is also in there, and the 16 of Kim Young King at the tail of the field.
And John Ranley's got control of the field as they get on the gas out of 4. There's the green flag from Frank Brock. Feel the thunder. Listen to those engines as we have got the E-mods underway. Oh, we got a car into the wall at the exit of the
That's
inside
Carl
chute.
Stapleton in the 67 car. Gets hard in the wall on the inside.
Got loose going into turn 1, got down in the infield into that dirt. and he hit that retaining wall with the front left corner of the car. That's going to bring out the red flag, as we're going to have to stop him to clean this one up.
They were coming down there, and Carl Stapleton and I did not see the other car that was involved with them, but they were going at it pretty hot and heavy. Stapleton went down and did what Chuck Russell likes to refer to as agricultural racing, but unfortunately he hit that retaining wall, as you said, John, and he hit it pretty hard.
Yep. He hit a ton down there on the inside. Looks like Carl's out of the car. He's okay. They got the wreckers to the front, so they should get that off pretty quick. Got down the inside of the racetrack, put some debris and dirt on the track down there. Now Charlie wants to get this program going. He's down there sweeping the dirt off himself, if you look down there.
Well, we'll take a break as we've got a red flag condition, and we'll be back with more action from Shady Bowl in a moment.
The best lineup of quality cars, trucks, and minivans is at Key Chrysler in Xenia right now. Neon, Cirrus, Stratus, Avenger, Intrepid, LHS, Caravan, Voyager, and the best trucks in the business. And I have a promise for you. Take the short drive to Xenia, and I'll guarantee whether you're buying or leasing, our deals won't be beat by any dealer anywhere. You'll be treated in a friendly, respectful, professional way. Then I'll pick up your car for service and bring it back to your home or office at no charge. You'll like the way we do business at Key Chrysler in Xenia. Come to Key today and save.
Hi, I'm Chuck Russell. If you're thinking of installing central air conditioning for your home or business, call my buddy Joe Logan at Logan Service. Joe will give you a great deal on a brand new cooling system. Call Logan Service for a free estimate, 223-2222. Logan Service has installed literally thousands of heating and air conditioning systems since 1929. Mention this commercial and receive $100 cash back. Call Logan Service today at 223-2222.
Cable in the classroom is a marvelous tool. It sparks the interest of the child. It motivates them. Good. Our local cable company provides me with a magazine outlining all of the programs. It geared the children to express themselves artistically. They are very proud of the work that they've produced.
Meet the faculty and students of the Miami Valley on School Review, Tuesdays and Saturdays starting September 23rd, right here on CCN.
Listen to the heartbeat of the earth. All life depends on that beat. The earth has always provided for us. Today, as in the past, we must keep this heart strong. Give back to the earth. Call 1-800-THE-SOIL for your free action packet. Harmony, a partnership with a healthy land.
Motorsports Ohio's coverage of the Summer Heat Series is sponsored by Stapleton Buick, GMC Truck, and New Carlisle. We'll let you in on a secret. By Key Chrysler Plymouth Dodge in Xenia, where Terry Toby will see you at Key today. By Cruisers, routes 68 and 235 north of Xenia don't have no ugly ride. By New Carlisle Chrysler Plymouth, just a short drive north of I-70 on Route 235. And by Logan Service Heating and Air Conditioning, installing heating and air conditioning systems since 1929. And welcome back to Shady Bowl Speedway. Kevin O'Boyle, John Schindewolf, and Chuck Russell. One more lap to go before we get back to green flag racing here in the E-Modified division. A red flag condition brought out when Carl Stapleton slammed down in the retaining wall on the inside of turn number 2. John Schindewolf, we're going to be set to go back to action once again.
John Ranley sitting on the pole position as he gets on the gas with Gary Stapleton beside him. Whoa, Stapleton having troubles getting underway as Ranley gets on the gas. Allows the 41 machine of John Wilson to move up into second as we got the green flag back again.
Now that's the bump and grind racing as they all pack up going through 1 and 2. Mike Carroll moving the outside there, picked up about 4 or 5 positions there. He's making it work for him. Now these guys are all bunched up there in 1 and 2, 2, 3 wide. That's not going to work. Everybody strings out now going down the backstretch.
John Ranley continues to lead it. He's got about 2 car lengths out over the 41 machine, of course, Wilson. Wilson trying to hold off Stapleton right now.
Looks like Jerry Russell's got that same problem that Carlton Smith had in that super late model race. When he comes up the hill out of turn number 2, it bottoms out a little bit.
John Wilson there, a veteran driver in the second position. Drives number 41 car. Ran in the ASA cars for a lot of years.
I'll take that back. I said it was Jerry Russell. It's a 7H of John Ranley who is trailing the Sparks.
Yeah, Ranley having a little bit of a bottom out there from the transition from the newest pavement to the new pavement, turn 2. Ranley doing a good job pulling out a lead over Wilson, and of course both of them way out ahead of Stapleton.
John Ranley's got to take command of it. Whoa, we got one really sideways there. The number 40 car. That would be Rick Lewis there on the outside, getting really sideways, smoking the rear tires going down the front stretch. Yes, here comes that pack again.
And Lewis again having trouble coming out of 4. He's got a real loose car there. Like you said, he's breaking the tires loose and smoking them a little bit.
John Ranley got command of this race since the green flag. John Wilson, 41 and 3rd. Jerry Stapleton, 3rd place. Number 8 car, that is Steve Poland in 4th place.
Kenny Rutherford hanging on to the top 5 as the big lead by Ranley and Wilson over the 3rd place runner of Jerry Stapleton.
These first 2 cars have kind of taken off running by themselves, and Jerry
Whoa,
Stapleton,
we've got contact big in the
contact on the backstretch.
Rick Lewis involved with that one. I can't quite make out who else.
That's the number 17 car.
The 17 machine of Jeremy Neiswanger also involved in that. 2 of them up there, and they really went at it hot and heavy.
They hit real hard, if you can see on the wall as we get back to them, right before Shady Bowl USA. Some nice black marks there on the white retaining wall. There you see Neiswanger and Lewis together. They're going to check on Lewis. He took a hard hit into the cement.
Yeah, he climbed up on top of that wall there for a few seconds, and they're checking him out there.
Neiswanger's car looked like he went up over the top a little bit of Lewis's car. So
Neiswanger's still running. He's getting his car turned around, going to get going again. Rick Lewis, a lot of damage. Chewed up rim and tire there on the right rear, and some damage to the bars there on the right side of the car. He still hasn't got out, so won't make any speculation there.
Neiswanger tried to use him as a ladder. And of course, the red flag does come out, and they shut them all down.
Climbing out of the car is Jeremy Neiswanger as he is out of the car and looking around a little bit to make sure that everything's okay with Rick Lewis.
Well, we mentioned Lewis was having troubles. We'd seen him coming out of 4. He was getting way loose, sliding the tires around in the back end and putting up some smoke. It looked like he had some trouble in 2. Of course, Neiswanger was down on the inside of him.
There's Rick getting out of the car right now, so he's okay. Got the helmet off, got a little shook up there. Hey, kind of took a tough ride, so it looks like Rick's okay. Can't say the same for his car. He's talking to Neiswanger there in the black driving suit. And kind of a tough night there for Rick.
Looks like one of those drivers is, I believe that's Neiswanger. He was hobbling around a little bit. Both drivers okay. That's a good sign. Car is a little worse for the wear.
A little worse for wear and tear.
And again, you see old Charlie down there with the broom in hand.
He's going to make sure that track's clean now. He's going to get right on it personally.
I tell you what, you got to like it when the boss gets out there and does the work, right, gentlemen?
He's worked so hard here in the last few weeks, the ARCA race, blacktop, and then the blacktop coming up, and then Mother Nature took the blacktop up, so he's down there taking care of his racetrack.
I've got some photos back in the photo trailer. It's probably shut down now, but feel free to stop by tomorrow night and take a look at
The cars out there on the racetrack all shut down, red flag condition, as Neiswanger and Lewis going at it. And as we have the red flag condition, we'll take a break and step away for a moment. We'll have more from Shady Bowl in a moment.
Trucks, trucks, and more trucks. Trucks on sale at Key Chrysler, Plymouth Dodge, and Dodge Truck in Xenia. Right now, we have the best selection of full-size Ram trucks, Dakota pickups, customized vans, and minivans we've ever had at Key. Whether you're interested in buying or leasing, Key Chrysler will not be undersold by any dealer anywhere. And there's never any high pressure at Key. And remember, we'll pick up your Dodge truck, do whatever service you require, and bring it back to your home or office at no charge. So when you think trucks, think Key Chrysler in Xenia. You'll save money on a truck at Key today.
Excuse me. Do you wear your safety belt?
Why, no. I don't wear my safety belt.
Thank you.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
The world of film and arts can only be defined by its juxtaposition of the human condition against the canvas of...
One word, bravo. Think film. Like that girl crashing into Denzel's van, or Woody doing battle with a hairdryer. It could be Keanu and River on a motorcycle, or La Femme Nikita taking out the enemy. If it's independent, international, award-winning, or just entertaining, it's Bravo, the only network that celebrates great film.
This is a terrific part.
Yeah, but you know, I'm a cab driver. You know, this is what I do.
Now think arts, like Sting's opening night in Paris, or Martha Graham in Japan. Agent Cooper sips some damn fine coffee while Les Miserables brings down the house. If it's on a stage, in a theater, at a festival, or on TV, it's on Bravo, the only network that celebrates great arts.
Yet one must realize that art is but a delicate...
It's good to know that there is a place for creativity on television.
Identify station.
Bravo, the Film and Arts Network.
And welcome back to Shady Bowl Speedway, and we're back to green flag racing. Here's John Schindewald.
John Ranley taking the green as he comes out of four. He's on top of John Wilson right now. Jerry Stapleton sitting there in third. We're back on the way after that red flag.
Everybody's kind of strung out right now. Kind of spaced even between the first 5 or 6 cars. 7H car, John Wilson looking the inside, can't make it work there. They go into turn 1 and 2, out and down the backstretch. Pulls him about half a car length. John again runs up on him in the corner.
The two of them going at it like they are. Jerry Stapleton has been able to knock off a little bit of that lead and move up. Halfway through, gentlemen.
John Ranley's been hanging on to the lead since the beginning of this race. It's the John and John show with John Wilson right behind them.
John Ranley and John Wilson have pulled about 4 or 5 car lengths on Jerry Stapleton. Now John Ranley's faced about a 2 or 3 car length advantage as he comes through 1 and 2, out down the back stretch, and now down the front stretch.
There you see Jeremy Diswanger. He is involved in that last accident which brought out the red flag. He tried to get out of here to score some more points.
We got another car into the wall. Looks like Don Geyer's machine hit that retaining wall where Carl Stapleton hit it earlier. And no, it's the number 51 machine of Jerry Wingett into that retaining wall.
And on the outside, the number 23 car there is turned around.
Doug Jarnigan tried to miss Wingett, and he got spun around. Now he's trying to get it back on the track. And there you see Wingett out taking a look at the car. Looking over the damage. Yellow flag out again, and attrition's really taking its toll. And that last restart, we were down to 18 cars after starting 24.
Let's take another look at it.
Wingett gets around there into the inside wall.
I don't know, gentlemen. Looked like he maybe had a little help going in there.
Possibility. Couldn't see real clear. He bent his front bumper up there, and they're taking a look at it down there. I don't know if he's going to be able to continue or not.
You were mentioning about the attrition. Yes. Quite a few cars have already exited the racetrack for the pit area. Their nights are through.
Looks like Jerry's putting his helmet back on, so he might be able to continue.
That nice pipe, steel pipe bumper that he has on the front may have saved him there. And of course, that retaining wall is really kind of set there temporary. It's not cemented to the ground. So it might have given a little bit for him.
Well, that's what the bumper was designed to do, not get into the frame damage and the frame of the car itself, kind of bend up or break away and take the impact and let the car go on.
And just as we speak, they're starting to back a wrecker up to it, so it looks like he might be pulled off after all.
More of the families out here tonight. See the cars going around the track, and mentioned it, Chuck, the wrecker pulling up to Winget's car. And Jerry, one of the many drivers out here tonight doing double and triple duty. I believe he's running in 3 divisions tonight.
Well, there's a guy that's really excited about this racing.
Long weekend, he wants to catch up on all the sleep that he can.
Kind of reminds you of the stories you hear about Indianapolis. The guys go over there, they start drinking about 6 in the morning. By race time, they're passed out, and they wake up after the race and say, oh, what a great time I had.
What a great time. Who won? Who won the race? Now, these kids probably cannot sleep at home if somebody drops a pin. But they're out there sleeping at the racetrack.
Spoken like a true father.
Oh, yeah.
I know that feeling also.
There's another one.
If I want to get mine to take a nap, all I have to do is strap them in the old car seats and drive around the block, and they're out.
Then they're out.
Now here's an idea. If Charlie really wanted to make some real good money here at the Speedway, he'd start a daycare and have the families drop them off, and he'd clean up.
Yep, kids would be asleep. Or maybe they could play tapes of our race. Maybe they put them to sleep.
No. We're excited. We're excited. Anyway, John Ranley leading the field around under the yellow flag conditions, and there's a few more racing laps to go before the checkered flags come out. Yes, it is the Summer Heat Series, Shady Bowl Speedway, DeGraff, Ohio, the last of our Motorsports Ohio races for the 95 racing season.
That'll be 4 years in the books for us there, Chuck.
4 years here on Motorsports Ohio, and we've improved a lot. Kevin was a great addition this year and has done a fantastic job for us. And we've improved every year. The equipment's got better, the camera people, producer, and everybody's just done a real good job. And the instant replays we've added this year have been great, too. We've got some great racing on Motorsports Ohio this year.
And I was just going to make mention of the fact that it's indeed been a pleasure working beside you two folks. I've learned a lot about auto racing in the short weeks that we've been doing it.
You might have learned more than you ever wanted to know about auto racing, right, Kevin?
Well, it's certainly been an education. There you see some of the souvenir vendors outside the seating area.
Another nice thing that Charlie does up here, if you get a chance to come up, there's plenty of racing left here at Shady Bowl through the fall. If you get a chance to come up here, check out the concession area. There are several vendors that come up here and sell lots of souvenirs with the model cars and the t-shirts and so on.
We're getting back to racing action. John Schindewolf, here's the call.
John Ranley comes out of turn 4 and takes the green flag as we're back underway. Look at Ranley and Wilson pull out a huge lead already over Jerry Stapleton.
Jerry Stapleton, third place. John Wilson there in second. Ranley gets about a car length in front of him. Then once we go on, just like the late model feature, seems like John Wilson runs him down.
Jerry Stapleton sitting there all by his lonesome in third. He's sitting back about 5 or 6 car lengths from Wilson, and he's got about the same distance over your fourth place runner right now, Steve Poland.
Ken Ruckford looked to the outside of Poland there. So they come to Mike Carroll way high. They go down the front straightaway.
Rutherford once again looked to the high side around Poland, but tucked it back in and decided not to go for it.
There you see that mid-pack of cars going through. Still a lot of cars out there, all staying together, 4 through about 12. Whoa,
Rutherford spins.
A lot of contact coming out of turn 2 onto the backstretch. And there you see Kenny Rutherford sitting backwards down in the infield. He's got the 22 machine of...
That's Tom Randolph.
Russell looked like he tapped Rutherford and caused the spin out by Rutherford, but have to wait and see if they do in fact call it that way.
Looks like the
Joe
57
Hill
car
down
of Joe Hill involved, and the 71 of Sam Heckman turned around there. He's getting it going again as Joe Hill backs up. Looks like Tom's taking the window net down. And what's he doing? He's trying to get going again.
Going to take another look at it too, gentlemen.
Rockford's already sideways that time. By the time we got there, him and Randolph are hooked together. There goes Jerry Stapleton, Roger Widget.
And I was just saying that mid-pack of cars real bunched together about 5th or 4th through 12th, all battling hard, and that's what happens when you get these many cars all real close together and fighting on such a small track.
Yeah, you get them all together there bumping and grinding. It's going to be, something's going to happen, something's going to give somewhere, so things like that happen.
Looks like Randolph car is out at underway.
And they're going to have to get some help to Joe Hill.
Joe's out there looking at the front of the car right now, see what's going on.
They're backing the wrecker up to it.
Tom Randolph stopped on the backstretch.
Rutherford's also stopped in the turn 2 area.
Well, Rutherford had tried to pull his car out of the infield, and in the process of turning around, he had to wait for the field to go by.
It's really causing a traffic congestion in that area too, because they're having to dodge Rutherford's car and then make a tight little S curve around Hill's car with the wrecker in front of it. So the driver's getting a little bit of a right-hand turn action going as well as the left-hand turn. There you see Ken Rutherford's car.
Slight damage there to the rear of that vehicle.
Yeah, it looks like his left rear tire's flat. Some damage there to the quarter panel and the bumper on the left rear. There goes somebody. That's Joe Hill's car as he rides up the hill. Joe Hill, was his sportsman car out here tonight? I don't remember seeing it. Coming second last night at Killcare. I was out there for the races last night. Joe would run second, and Timmy Roush was the winner again. Won the Dayton 100 and comes back and wins again last week, or last night.
Due to the problems that we've had with the track here, possibly Joe Hill decided not to pursue the points with his sportsman car and take the opportunity to get the experience in the E-mods.
Yeah.
Of course, these E-mods are quicker than the sportsman cars themselves. I believe that was a 13.54 qualifying time sent by Gear earlier in the evening.
That is really moving.
Yeah, these cars are pretty quick. You've got the motors set way back in them, the open wheel cars, and they're lighter than sportsman cars, and they really get around here.
And we had many sportsman cars qualifying in the 15 flat to 15.50 bracket. Probably about 80% of the field qualified above 15 seconds. And we got the mini stocks came out here to do their qualifying, and we had a new track record set there with a 14.90. So faster than maybe 70 or 80% of the sportsman cars.
Yeah, Rick Jacobs with that track record.
We'll be seeing them hopefully a little bit later, depending on how long it takes to finish this one out.
Our time constraints here.
So far with the races that we've been showing you, and it's already getting late in the evening for us, and we're only on our second race.
Late in the evening? It's early in the morning.
About 12:30 local time right now is we're here in DeGraff, Ohio.
And heck, we're just getting started here. We've only got one race in.
We're used to many yellows within the series, whether they be the late models or the E-mods or the sportsmen. And of course, with these E-mods, we've already had 2 red flags.
Well, there's one thing when you come up here to Shady Bowl for this racing, there's nowhere you can get entertained this long for $10, I'll tell you.
Well, there aren't many laps left to this one, as we're going to get the green flag out once again for John Ranley and John Wilson. They get that heck of a jump on Jerry Stapleton again.
Tom Randolph's going again. He's in 5th place, so didn't do a lot of damage to that car.
We got 5 to go this time around. 5 laps left for John Ranley. Wilson better make it happen if he's going to work on him and get into that top spot. Jerry Stapleton looks like he might be pulling Wilson in a little bit.
Got his first 3 are kind of evenly spaced out there to the 4th position.
And Tom Randolph trying to make a move around Steve Poland. That would be for 4th place on the track.
As you look at the 7/8 of John Ranley as he comes down the front straightaway, led from the green flag.
Next time by, 1 lap to go.
And now John Ranley takes the white flag. 1 lap to go for everybody as they come through 3 and 4. John Ranley takes it through 1 and 2, out down the backstretch, about 3 car lengths in front of the number 41 car of John Wilson.
And as Ranley comes through 4, he's going to take the checkered flag over John Wilson, Jerry Stapleton, Tom Randolph. Move around to take the 4th spot
from Steve Poland.
Steve Poland will round out the top 5. So good job for John Ranley leading from the white flag to the checker, or the green flag to the checker.
Well, we'll have everything all sorted out, and when we come back, we'll run things down for you in this race. We'll be back with more in a moment.
I wanna let you in on a secret. You just got to know. Tell me all about it. The Stapleton Buick GMC truck.
Hi, I'm Charlie Stapleton with Stapleton Buick GMC truck in New Carlisle. As you can see, we're overstocked in Buicks. For a limited time, we're going to offer all our Buicks at factory invoice, and you keep the rebate. How about a 95 Buick Regal Grand Sport for $18,995?
The grand opening of Cruisers, the truck and car accessories superstore is here. The highest quality, best price car and truck accessories for Ford, Chevrolet, Dodge, and more are waiting for you at Route 68 and 235 just north of Xenia. Sunroofs, custom wheels, bed liners and mats, aluminum and fiberglass running boards, diamond-plated accessories, 4x4 goodies, hitches, truck caps, all at Cruisers. Lower your truck or car, dress up your minivan or street machine. Don't have no ugly ride. Cruise into Cruisers, Route 68 and 235.
Hi, I'm Chuck Russell. If you're thinking of installing central air conditioning for your home or business, call my buddy Joe Logan at Logan Service. Joe will give you a great deal on a brand new cooling system. Call Logan Service for a free estimate at 223-2222. Logan Service has installed literally thousands of heating and air conditioning systems since 1929. Mention this commercial and receive $100 cash back. Call Logan Service today at 223-2222.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, sugar.
Now you're coming to my game, right?
I'm there.
Awesome.
Hello? Oh, hey, Frank. Yeah, we could go over the blueprints right now. See you soon.
At Continental Cablevision, we're developing the technology that will provide you with interactive services.
Oh, hi, Mark. Sorry to bother you at home. This won't take long. A couple things I want to go through.
Because we know the most advanced technology
Now, go do your dad thing. I'll see you on Monday.
is technology that helps make your life a little better.
Motorsports Ohio's coverage of the Summer Heat Series is sponsored by Stapleton Buick GMC Truck in New Carlisle. We'll let you in on a secret. By Key Chrysler Plymouth Dodge in Xenia, where Terry Toby will see you at Key today. By Cruisers, Route 68 and 235 north of Xenia, don't have no ugly ride. By New Carlisle Chrysler Plymouth, just a short drive north of I-70 on Route 235. And by Logan Service Heating and Air Conditioning, installing heating and air conditioning systems since 1929.
And we're back to Shady Bowl Speedway with the Sportsman Division out on the track right now as we've got the green flag. Sam Heckman was on the pole as he leads us back around to complete lap number 1. We've got a lot of cars out here, gentlemen.
Sam Heckman bites back on the outside of number 11. 31 just took over second place.
Here you see the cars that are going down through the lineup that started this race.
Dennis Kelly, Larry Harris, Mike Snap.
And Dennis Kelly looked like he took a little bit of a spin there. Got tapped in the rear end and spun around a little bit.
Brett Oakley's up on the outside there in fifth position. Mike Snap gets real sideways. Everybody lets out, lets him keep going. The number 92 just took over the fifth position. That would be Craig Parker.
Sam Heckman a big lead over the 31 of Dennis Kelly. Kelly getting all he can handle out of Larry Harris.
Larry's been right there on Kelly's back door through this entire race so far. Brett Oakley's doing a good job working the outside line, trying to take over the fourth
wide down the front straightaway. They thought the better of it.
Oakley was leading Snap, and sticking his nose in there was Craig Parker trying to make it the threesome there.
And there you see Dennis Kelly having his troubles. He may have some damage to that car. He got together with I believe that was the number 5 of Larry Harris. He got together with him. Now it looks like Kelly's going to take it off the track.
Looks like Kelly's cut down the left rear tire there. The car got real squirrely on him as he go up the hill into the pits.
Again, he got together with Larry Harris on the backstretch, and that must have done the damage. So Harris is able to move up to the second spot, but he's still got a ways to go to catch your leader right now.
Carl Stapleton on the backstretch up in the wall.
And that has brought out the yellow flag. Carl Stapleton, the number 33, up into the wall there in the backstretch.
Carl's having a tough night. That's the second time he's had to climb out of a wrecked race car.
Yeah, we saw him earlier in the E-Mods, had that same problem, almost the same place on the backstretch. Maybe taking that same walk again around to the front to look at the damage.
And maybe if you count the laps between the E-Mod race and here in the Sportsman race, you might get a complete race out of the night.
I don't think so. He's pretty early out of both of them.
So we are at yellow flag condition right now for the Sportsman division. Trying to move along through these races tonight. We came back at the drop of the green flag. Sam Heckman sitting on the pole by the inversion. Wayne Watercutter was your fast qualifier for tonight. He was pretty close to the end. I believe he was the second to the last qualifier tonight. Carl Stapleton was the first one out, and he had the fastest time all the way until Wayne came out on the track.
Seems to be the spot to have had tonight in qualifying was that back of the pack, because there was where the fast times and the new records were set. There you see the cars coming down through.
Of course, we talked about Carl had his troubles in the E-Mods, and now out here in the Sportsman, the same can be almost said for Sam Heckman. He raced in that E-Mod division and then made the quick jump into his Sportsman car.
He's doing much better. He's leading this one.
He's out in front where he doesn't have to worry about all the other cars in front of him and then trying to avoid them.
Looks like they got Carl's car hooked up to the record now, and it's pulling away. Hopefully pulling away.
Sam Heckman being shown in first, Larry Harrison second, Brett Oakley is in third position on the racetrack, Mike Snap in fourth, and Craig Parker is in fifth, with Dick Kelly and Wayne Watercutter trying to have something to say about who's going to be in fifth place when they get back to green flag racing action.
We started out with 19 cars, and already with only, what, 2 official laps in, we had 2 dropouts. Dennis Kelly had cut a tire down, had to pull it off, and now Carl Stapleton, of course, is going to be towed off.
That looks like they put Dick Kelly behind Craig Parker, and then Wayne Watercutter behind him as you see the cars go by. Mike Snap. There's Craig Parker, Dick Kelly, Wayne Watercutter.
Well, by math, if you add it all up, if this is a 20-lap race, that would leave no cars left at the end of the race. I don't think that's going to happen. Have they ever had the
race? I've heard this before. Have they ever had the race that nobody won? All the cars dropped out before the end.
Now that would be a situation if you're the last car left and you break down. But I think by number of laps completed, you would have a winner.
Oh, you would have a winner. They could never have the race that nobody won.
At least the way they do the scoring here. If you complete one lap and you finish and you drop out, you at least finish last.
Anyway, gentlemen.
So much for that conversation.
You could tell it's the last night of the season, right?
A late last night of the season.
You didn't have anything special planned for tomorrow?
No.
Or today?
For today.
Chuck's looking forward to having that date with his teddy bear, huh?
Yeah, I think I might go to Winchester tomorrow. They've resurfaced that racetrack too, and they're having a stock car festival over there this weekend. It ought to be interesting over there. So.
But the difference is between that track and this track is the configuration and the sizing down there. And there, the repaving brought out an almost unsafe racing condition, where in here it has improved the racing tremendously.
It really has improved the racing here. Boy, there's a bunch of handsome-looking guys up on that side there.
Hi, Mom.
But, yeah, the sprint cars and the midgets had some trouble with braking wheels and tires over there. And that track was rough and fast. Now that they've made it smooth, it's probably viciously fast over there. So should be some exciting racing, which it normally is.
A half a lap to go before we get back to green flag action, and John Schinderwolf, why don't you take us to it?
I was going to say, we have plenty of exciting racing going on here right now as Sam Heckman takes the green flag to get this one back underway. Of course, Larry Harris right behind him, and Brett Oakley in third. Mike Snap in the 11 trying to hold down the number 4 spot over Craig Parker. And Wayne Watercutter gets a heck of a jump going through 3 and 4 to take over the 4th spot. He passed 2 cars on that move.
Kind of noticed one thing about the way this racetrack has gone tonight. It seems like that second groove works a little bit better than it did when we was here for the ARCA race.
Well, Charlie Stapleton said it in our opening for tonight's show that he thought the track was only going to get faster as the second groove did start to work in. And we've been seeing that happen so far as we've got the yellow out.
There. The number 7 machine. Tony Signs into the wall area and backed up on the racetrack between turns 1 and 2.
Puffing a little water out of his radiator there. He's going to get turned back around.
Going to take another look at it to see if maybe we can catch what happened there.
Tony looks like he's all by himself there. He's pretty well gone before the camera catches him, but I don't think he had any help on that one, Kevin.
Didn't have any help, all by his lonesome. And definitely worse for the wear out there, as his car is definitely missing some parts. Sheet metal, that is.
And with this yellow flag, it gives the opportunity for Dennis Kelly to bring his car back out on the track, albeit several laps down.
Heckman, Larry Harris, Brett Oakley, Wayne Watercutter, and Mike Snap, your top 5 so far in this race.
Mike Snap, another veteran sportsman racer, back in the sportsman car this year. Good looking car. There goes Russ Bob, 53.
Mike had taken some time there to run some of the Pro Stock division. But back to the sportsman now as Sam Heckman gets on the gas for the green flag. There's Kyle Forstein right there. And watch out for Wayne Watercutter. He's going to start making the move around Brett Oakley.
Wayne Watercutter's car really sticking on the outside tonight. I'm impressed with the way Wayne's car is working. He's really smooth out there, too. Makes a move on Brett Oakley as we go through 1 and 2.
Before he went to
over the 3rd position. Now he's looking the outside of Larry Harris there through 3 and 4, and I think he's going to make it stick. A little bit loose there coming off the corner. Moves the outside of Larry Harris as we go through 1 and 2, and everybody's right there behind Sam Heckman.
Wayne was your fast qualifier once again, and with the inversion, he started in 8th, and look at him right now battling for 2nd spot on the outside of Larry Harris. Going to make the move on the outside of Sam Heckman.
Now that's a good door handle, the door handle racing there if these cars had door handles.
Well, we can just say that right now they are window to window as he's got the move on Larry Harris with Sam Heckman and the lead in his sights.
Watercutter trying to make the outside move, but we've got a yellow flag out.
And we've got a lot of damage to the number 53 machine of Russ Bobb. Something must have happened there.
The 115 machine was going off the racetrack, Al Lease. Whether that was the reason for the yellow flag, I don't know. Lease's car is still out there on the racetrack.
Now there's 7 cars going up the hill.
Tony Signs going back up the hill. This one, I don't know.
Well, again, as we watch the cars go down, if we can get a look at the number 53 machine of Russ Bobb, you see that front end is really damaged down there.
Now Sam Heckman pulling back for some reason. Can't figure that one out. Unless he's having some type of problem. Now we're going to get the official out there to straighten him up. Larry Harris goes in front of... I know what's happened. Sam Heckman has run too far under his qualifying time. Okay, well, explain this. They qualify up here. If you go like 3/10 under your qualifying time in the feature, then you have to go back to the tail.
Because they don't want you to
sandbag while you're qualifying. So that's why they threw the yellow. Sam Heckman was running too far under his qualifying time, running too good. So now that puts Sam Heckman back to the tail, Larry Harris in first place, and Wayne Watercutter in second.
And of course, as I mentioned, they inverted the top 8, and with Sam, if he had really sandbagged, we're not saying that he had, but that would put him up on the pole where he did start.
It could be one of those situations where the car really wasn't hooked up there in qualifying. You have a bad qualifying effort. You have a long layoff there between that and when you're going to race again. Your crew works on the car, gets it back tuned up better. And unfortunately, something like this could happen and get put back to the pack.
Yeah, same thing happened to me a couple times. Not up here, but Columbus Motor Speedway when I was driving a late model. We got up there late and didn't get a lot of practice, had a bad qualifying time, started on the front, ran too fast, ran away at the race, then I went back to the tail.
Well, right now, Larry Harris is the man on the point, and he leads the field under the green flag. He's got Wayne Watercutter right there, and we had seen Wayne working him on the outside, and it just about made the pass official before that yellow flag came out.
Yeah, Wayne already had him there, but when they throw the yellow, we go back to the previous lap, so that put Wayne in second place. Wayne's car, like I say, seems to be a little bit better on the longer runs.
We saw Wayne working the outside line. Look when they move up the outside as the tires are moving back up. Fred Oakley doing a good job of staying in contact with those front 2.
The first 4 all bunched up as they come down out of 4 down the front straightaway. Harris holding off Watercutter. Oakley right behind him, and we've got a car into the wall. Dennis Kelly's car is into the wall coming out of turn 4, and the yellow flag is out again. There you see the rear end of Dennis Kelly's car. He just had some problems tonight. He had a tire going down, had to go back up and get it changed, come back up out, and this time I think he is done.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened there, whether he had any help on that or not, but he is up into the wall and are pulling a wrecker in front of his car right now, going to hook him up and tow him up on the hill.
I think, and I'm guessing here as a venture is what happened, but it looked like when he was coming down out of 3 and into 4, Dennis Kelly's car was a little bit squirrely. There were some sparks coming up. Maybe the tire went down again, and that's what might have put him up into the wall. I don't know, but that could be a possibility. Whatever the case.
They towed by here, so we might figure out what happened. Or he could have had some suspension damage, broke a tie rod in or something, and couldn't steer the car. So.
Whatever the case, the wrecker is hooked up to the back or the front end of his car, excuse me, and going to pull it back up on top of the hill. Larry Harris continues to lead the race. Wayne Watercutter is in second. Brett Oakley in third. The number 92 of Craig Parker in 4th position, and Mike Schnapp still in the top 5 in this race. And Wayne Watercutter, the last time that we were in action in Motorsports Ohio when we had the Dayton 100 from Kilcara Speedway, he had one of those unfortunate instances. He was leading the race, 10 laps to go. He got a little bit loose. Tim Roush took advantage of it and went home with the victory in that race. Unfortunately for Wayne, he had to settle for not a front place finish. And Dennis Kelly, that tire definitely chewed up.
Yeah, that one's wadded up. Probably cut the right front tire down. That's why he went into the wall.
We're going to get him set up once again for a green flag restart. Late in this one.
Larry Harris, of course, in the lead, followed by Wayne Watercutter, Brett Oakley, Craig Parker, and Mike Snap.
Dick Kelly, or Dick Kelly, yeah, I gotta get it confused. Yeah. Dick and Dennis.
Kelly brothers.
The Kelly brothers. They pick one out, and you're 50% right.
Yep.
Right there behind Mike Snap. Dick having his problems tonight, had some problems in the heat and dash races. And still only a place out of the top 5.
Well, we got these guys getting on the gas as they come down through 3 and 4. There's the green flag. And Larry Harris, Wayne Watercutter glued to his rear bumper. We saw Wayne working the outside of Larry Harris when Sam Heckman was in front of him, but now that Larry Harris has clean track in front of him, he's making it real difficult for Wayne Watercutter.
Oh, Wayne goes the inside. That time gets a little piece of Harris as they go into one, backs out of it. Harris gets a hold of it. Harris now pulled him about a car length down the backstretch. Wayne regrouping. We're going to figure out another way to get around him here. Look at the outside now, see if he can make that work.
Brett Oakley and Craig Parker doing a good job of maintaining contact with those front 2, and there's a big gap back to Mike Snap.
Chad Poole and Dick Kelly trying to make a move around Snap for 5th place.
But back up front with Larry Harris and Wayne Watercutter. Wayne not able to get around now that Sam Heckman's out of the way. There you see the 115.
Wayne Watercutter and Larry Harris. There goes the 115 car up on the hill. Wayne giving Larry a tough way to go there. Looks to the inside again. Looks to the outside. Going down the front stretch. Right up on the back bumper as they go down the back stretch. Oh, a little more contact. Gets Larry off into the grass.
He's out of harm's way, but the yellow flag goes out, and it might be a case there might put Watercutter at the back because he gave him a little bit of a tap.
Just a slight tap.
We'll have to see how the officials will rule this one. I imagine that's why they went ahead and threw the yellow, and we're going to get a little look here ourselves, and maybe we can make a call on this one. There you
right
see
or wrong, here they come.
Here they come out of turn 4. It looked like Harris got out of the gas a little bit. And
Harris got a little bit high. Watercutter went to the inside of him, and then Harris shut the door, and Watercutter got into him.
I'd have to say that I wouldn't penalize Wayne on that one. It doesn't look like it was his fault at all.
Yeah, I have to agree with you.
Anybody,
but we're usually wrong, so we'll see what happens here.
I don't know if we're usually wrong. We just don't agree with the officials.
That's right. They don't have the.
We're going to take another look at it, too. Going to take another look at it.
Okay, here they come.
Harris is definitely high coming out of 4, and he slows down enough for Wayne Watercutter to get into that left rear quarter.
Yeah, and Wayne gets on the brakes because Oakley runs into him. So how do you call that one?
But this isn't like the instant replay they used in football there for a couple years, where the officials can call up to the instant replay.
Now Larry's not going back on the racetrack. He might have had a mechanical problem or something there.
Of course, it looked like that bump in the left rear quarter might have pushed the sheet metal up into the tire, and he may decide, oh, the heck with it.
And Wayne Watercutter will stay on the front.
You got to give the benefit of the doubt to anybody who's been out there for 32 years, as Wayne Watercutter has. There you see Larry Harris down in the infield.
Doesn't look too happy there with that one, but Wayne Watercutter now has the point with Brett Oakley. Look at that. Brett's trying to push him to get him started.
Yeah.
And now here goes Wayne on the gas through 3 and 4. Good jump there as he opens up right away. 2 car lengths.
Russ Bob and the 67 car both up into the wall.
Russ Bob and the 67
of Joe Reams.
Joe Reams up into the wall area.
I don't know what that was all about. They were both hooked together there and then kind of went into the wall.
Russ Bob's car is definitely the worse for wear from previous action, and now just add a few more bumps and bruises to it.
Russ climbing out of the car, okay.
The record's getting a lot of duty here tonight.
A lot of work for that record tonight here. Well, we did make the right call. They kept Wayne Watercutter up front. Like I say, we're usually wrong, but we was right this time.
Love to be able to say that we influenced that decision. However, we can't take credit for that.
That's right. We can't influence anything until the next day.
Anyway, Wayne Watercutter continuing to lead. Brett Oakley in second. Craig Parker in third. Mike Snap in fourth. And Dick Kelly, due to attrition, in fifth place on the racetrack.
Also